Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using White Newman, a Sacred Animal Tarot, created by Elba BG. Website at the bottom here is Liminal 11. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you would like to. Excuse me. Okay, we're starting with the hiccups already. Okay, that's fine. Support of Oracle Cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. There's some websites on the back here. I located where the Colette Baron Reed one is. It's on the back of the book, so I'll show you that. It's at the end of the paragraph with her picture on it. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested, or if there's anything else in the rest of the information you want to, check out. Knock your socks off. Anything else? I think we're good. Okay. Virgo, go. We're gonna do that again. Virgo, go. I feel like I've had that energy with y'all before. The go energy. I think you're going into a better period with this situation. You want to. You need to. You're Virgos tend to be. You're an earth sign, obviously. The Virgos are realistic, and that earth energy is like a very realistic, like what is actually here. I don't need like possibilities. I don't need like that could be. What is? What is? Show me what is, so I can do something with what is. Possibilities are nice to a point, but until it's in front of me and I can tangibly hold it, it's not. So even for like certain things, like you might have, like maybe you know how to build certain things. You may have. If you have the materials you need and you have the knowledge and you've done it before, that would be something in the realm of reality because you're like, I have what I need and I know how to do it. I know I've done it before and I can do this. But the difference would be is like, if you want to learn how to paint and you don't, and you're like, I don't even know the supplies I need to make this painting happen. That's kind of like, I'm not interested in that because I don't know how to do it and I don't know what you need to create that type of painting. I want what I can actually hold and deal with and know how it works. That's where we are right now. So the reason I'm giving that analogy, from what I'm gathering, the current situation, there was a period in time where you didn't know what you were doing. And it made you very uncomfortable and very nervous. For whatever reason, you did progress through that. I get for some of you, you chose to. For others of you, you might have been kind of pushed in. It's kind of like, for some of you, it reminds me of, I don't think this is a way to really teach somebody how to swim. I don't think it's a good idea. I'm just going to say. But when I was a kid, one of the methods they used to teach kids to swim, I don't know why they did this, and I hope it was a rare thing. They would just push them in the water and be like, well, you're going to sink or swim. And I don't think that's smart. But the reason I'm bringing that forward is you might have been pushed into this situation, that type of attitude. Like, well, you'll either make it or you won't, and boop, there you go. I don't know. I hate that analogy. I don't even know. That was a thing when I was a kid. Like, that happened to a couple people I know. And they swam, but I really don't think that's a good way to teach somebody to swim. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just traumatized by the thought of it. It never happened to me, but still the thought that people do that. Like, I don't know. Even like when I was a kid, I was like, obviously that was wrong, I thought, but anyway, why am I going down the road? I don't know yet. Let's just keep going. I think it's the analogy of maybe people pushed you into something and the way they did it was not okay. Maybe that's where I'm going for, because it's like, that analogy, I hate that analogy. I'm surprised I even used it, but there you go. If that's how you got into this last situation, but you know what you're doing now, the purpose is, all right, that happened. And it's like, what did you learn other than that? Other than what the actual skill was that you were supposed to learn? What did you learn about trusting people? I mean, not for nothing if you were pushed into stuff. Going into this next section, you're coming up to another fork in the road where somebody's trying to push you in. Somebody's trying to push you forward again. You got 3 choices to this. That's coming up. Another push forward is coming in again. You got 3 choices is what I'm getting. Walk away from it. Get right out of that situation so it can't happen. letting it happen is an option. That's 2. Or, and I feel like this is optimal, but you have to decide for yourself if it is or not. Get ahead of it, find out what it is, and embrace it before it happens. So it's almost like, if we're going to use that swimming analogy, which I hate, before you get pushed in the water and you see it coming, you're like, oh, it happened to that one, it happened to that one, it happened to that one. So I either have to let it happen to me, I have to get away from the pool and just get out of this area, or I have to get in the water before, like I have to get in the water quicker on my terms, as much as I have a short period of time to do it on my terms, and I gotta like hurry up and get in the water before somebody pushes me in the water. So those are your 3 options at this point. Whatever this is, because if you stay by the pool, for example, whatever this is, you're going to get pushed in the water. For some of you, this is definitely a work situation, and it might be like, I don't want to be near the pool, but I need a paycheck. I need a paycheck, so there's that. You're going to get pushed into the water. I feel it coming. So embrace it, get out of the situation, or let it happen. I feel like those are the 3 things. If there's something else, put it in the comments. Let me know. Because it's coming forward. This situation is coming forward. Now, if you end up in the water, if you end up in one of those options where you end up in the water, you will succeed again. You will overcome it. You will get what you need out of it. So that is a thing. You don't have to do it, though. You can get out of this. It's just like, the advice is either to like see it coming, see this. It's almost like watching a bully. Like, I know that, yeah, anyway. It's like watching a bully other people and realizing that your turn's coming. Before it happens, make peace with what's going to happen and either get out of the situation or handle it in a way that you can work with it. Okay. That's the advice there. Because somebody's really like, you got the star card. Is not a bad card. But the way it's pushing forward, this is a very, like, they can come out of nowhere, is one way they can come out of nowhere. It's not really a compatible energy for Virgo normally, just the basic Virgo energy. There's a lot of flavors of Virgo out there, because it's like you got your sun sign, which is Virgo, you got your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign, your Mercury sign, your blah, blah, blah sign, it's all there. So there's a lot of different flavors of Virgo. Most Virgo don't match up with Aquarius very easily, I'm just going to say. So this energy is like uncomfortable for you and can come out of nowhere and can be very bossy. Every sign has their up and down traits. A down trait of this energy would be very bossy or just like springing things on people. No sign is good or bad. We know that, right? I feel like we know that. It's just how the energy is handled. This is coming in very fast. It's heading up on you quickly. There's probably some anxiety coming towards you. The next thing coming in is like whatever you choose. And I feel like it's like either in the water or out of the water. There's a couple different ways to get in the water, but I feel like out of the water is one. Whatever. Whatever you choose, it's going to last for a long period. You got the Hierophant coming in. And you got the shadow side, the Shadow Queen. Dare I say, for some of you, this might be shadow work. Depends on what you're going through. Shadow work, if this is a shadow work thing, what that basically means is like you're gonna face part of like what's going on in your life that's bringing you into these situations. How are you getting stuck in these situations? Doesn't mean anybody deserved anything. It just means that something's going on in your life. It's kind of like people who date the bad person, like the bad girl, the bad boy, bad person, whatever. If you're always attracted to that, even though that's like it's like a blinking red light of an example. Some people have like smaller things. Like sometimes, like I feel like this happened to me when I was younger, but for some reason I noticed it and stopped it. If people say certain things to you or they talk down to you a little bit, sometimes that's comforting. I'm glad I was younger when I realized that. Because like they do that back forth thing, they talk down to you a little bit, but then they're nice to you, but then every now and then they talk down to you, almost like to keep you in your place. Is something like that happening here? If shadow work is going on here, it's like there might be some things that people are treating you, or there's something attracting you to a situation that's maybe you're not realizing is attracting you to lesser energy people. Just keep that in mind. If it's a shadow work thing, whatever the situation is, I feel like it is going to last for a while. Whatever, like in the water, out of the water, whatever it is, shadow work may be a thing going on there. This is also here. Be compassionate with yourself for whatever it is. Be nice to yourself. Realize that you're human, and we all get stuck in these things. When we address things and we talk nice to ourselves, we get more empowered. I don't know if I've said this for Virgo before. I've said it for Pisces before, ironically, and that's your opposite. Self-talk, you can still be very effective with positive self-talk. There's people out there who use negative self-talk to get themselves moving forward. Try a positive version of that if you're a person who does self-talk to move yourself forward. If you already do self-talk, cool. Just keep it empowering to you. More empowering, more optimistic, the better. You're getting through whatever this is. You do have success. You can take the reins of this situation and you can multiply the success is also what's going on here. Keep that in mind, which I actually love this for your reading. If you end up in the water, you can do the mediocre, just making the grade. Like you can get a C and pass, all right? You can get a C and pass, and if you just go into this with your normal energy, I kind of feel like that's where we're going. We're just going to do what we need to do and get out. You do have the ability to hit A+ in this situation. It's up to you. Whatever the situation is, you can own it, you can command it, and you can excel here. I'm getting you can very much excel here. That's up to you. I'm also a person that I don't believe that we all can excel in all areas. Maybe I'm wrong. But like we're all not going to be Whitney Houston and sing the greatest ballad of the world. Like Whitney Houston and Celine Dion, like those are awesome magical singers. I just don't think we're all put on earth to do that. If you can't sing and you want to sing, you probably can find a way to sing and bring that musical beautiful energy forward, but not everybody can do that. The reason I'm bringing that in is whatever this situation is, you can be the Whitney Houston of this situation. If I didn't take a long enough road getting there. I just want to because like some people say, well, you can do anything you want. I don't know about that. I feel like we all have reasons, we have aptitudes, we have things that we can excel at, that we're meant to excel at in these lives that make a purpose. There's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Whatever this is, you have the aptitude to excel to A+ status. That's all they're saying. You don't have to, but if you want to, you definitely have what it takes to make this, you can be the shining star there. It's kind of like I should use maybe being a writer. Like being a writer is not my thing, but I know people who they just are just so gifted at it. I can try to be a writer. I probably could be a mediocre, fairly good one if I really, really, really tried, but I don't think I'm going to be like the writer of War and Peace or anything like that, if you follow me. Anything else? Whatever this is, by the way, if you get in the water, this is something that's going to serve you through the rest of your life. I don't feel like you're going to let go of it. I feel like you're going to keep using this information. You're probably going to find different ways to apply this information. So whatever that is, it's almost like, for example, taking an accounting course, and you're like, well, I'm not going to be doing accounting for the rest of my life. But for example, if you use certain programs, like years ago, it was Excel or whatever programs, the process, you're going to learn things about the process that you can apply other places, maybe to your own finances. Maybe there's going to be a different financial position or something else. You're going to apply this many different ways. You're going to find a lot of ways to apply this knowledge that you learn, and you're going to advance it, and you're going to evolve it. I do feel that energy here, where it's not just, it's like if you're going to use accounting as a base thing, it's like realizing how numbers work together and how you can put them together to make sense of other things. You will find ways that you didn't think, I never thought it would apply to this situation in baking, but you're going to find a way where they actually putting this here and balancing that out. Actually, for baking, it's like sugar and salt. Actually, that balances out in a different way too. You're going to have these epiphanies. Like, I never thought that would have any connection, but to you, it'll make sense. It seems very vague and awkward right now. I know that, but I'm telling you, it's there. You're going to find ways to use this information, and it may be little pieces of that information here and there. You're going to make good at it, and it's going to be like, you know what? Because I learned that in that course, I did apply it here, or I applied it in this other place, which you would think had nothing to do with accounting. But it's the principles of that, the way you handle that, I'm not balancing $5 in this account to $5 in that account, but I'm seeing how this reaction is, adding up to this, and you can balance it out that way. I'm seeing how that works. Makes sense in your mind. You're balancing things out. You're seeing that evolved connection to things, kind of like how things are more connected in the world than not, and you're starting to see these extra connections that normally people don't see, which is interesting. I don't know why we went there, but we went there. Maybe that's important, but I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. And if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4 astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.